There are a number of different story maps that you can use to create stories or narratives of data that you might have. If we look here, we can see that we have a number of different templates available to us to use. We have the map tour, the map journal, map cascade, and so on down. So you can see a long list of different templates that exist for creating interactive story maps. The great thing about story maps is that they are really easy to create, and you don't have to have any programming knowledge in order to build these. The most popular one is perhaps the story map tour, and that's what we're going to learn how to create in this video. So to get started, you can start it on this page that we have here, storymaps.arcgis.com, and just simply click build, or you can begin this within your ArcGIS Online or for Organizations account. There's actually a whole number of different ways to do it, but I'm going to start here. Once we click on the build, it will take us to our organizational account. And it's taking me to this because I'm already logged in. If you're not logged in, it will ask you to log in. The first thing that it's going to ask you when you start getting into the Map Tour Builder is, where are your images and videos? Are they already online through Facebook, Picasa, YouTube, or something else? Or do you need to upload them, like they might be on your hard drive on your computer? I tend to select this option unless I have videos. This option does not support videos, but for the map tour that I'm about to create, I don't need videos. So I'm going to select this and then just name it. And what I'm going to be creating is a web tour of National Register Historic Sites in Lebanon County. And I have an invalid character. And now I am creating the layer. Once this is created, the app will load, and you're going to see the template that comes along with the map tour template. There are different ways that we can configure this. Before we do that, just to give you a quick overview of what you're looking at. This area up here is your title area, your title, your subtitle. Anything that has a pencil beside of it means that you can edit it by just clicking on the pencil. This area here, your settings, which we're going to be in quite a bit, helps you change the way that your app looks and performs. The save option is there, and it's a really good idea to save after you make any major change, because this is known to sometimes crash, and you don't want to lose your changes that you've made. This area up here is editable. You can get rid of the Esri logo and put your logo there, or no logo at all. You can change this text here to link to what you want. You have the ability to share these maps on Facebook or Twitter or through a bit.ly. This area here is where your picture will show up for your map tour spots. This is your map that will show where your different locations, and then down here at the bottom is where we'll build our map locations. So to get started, the first thing that I'm going to do is zoom in to where I want to be in Lebanon County. So I have that there, and then I want to hit save, and it's telling me my title can't be empty, so I'm going to just quickly edit that. Making sure that I spell and capitalize everything appropriately. But you can come back and change this at any point. And I'm going to hit save. And then I'm going to start editing the settings so that the map is configured a bit more to my liking. To do that, I click on settings, and the first thing that you have to select is what layout you want. Do you want the 3-panel layout that we currently have, or do you want the integrated layout? I'm a big fan of the integrated layout, so I'm going to select that. And I'm also going to display a locate button. When I hit apply, you can see how that changes up the map. So your image is going to be right here when we start adding the locations. If we go to settings again, we can change the colors of our web app. There's 4 predefined color schemes, plus there's one here where you can change it to whatever you want it to be. This is really good if you have, say, a logo and you're trying to coordinate colors with the logo, or you have specific colors that you use for your agency or township. That's really a useful one to pick. I'm going to just pick the bluish one and hit apply there so you can see the changes that are made. And I'm going to hit save just so that it saves those few changes that I just made. We can then click on the header, and this changes this area that we see up in this corner. You can keep the Esri logo if you wish, put your own logo here, or go with no logo at all. I'm going to select no logo for this one because I don't want an Esri logo being on my page, because this is not an Esri web map. This is for Lebanon County, and I want it to be a little bit more reflective of Lebanon County rather than a software company. Down here at the bottom you can change the text of the story map, and then you can change the link. So I'm going to change the text to Lebanon County. And then I'm going to put in here the web address for Lebanon County so that we have that hyperlinked. I'm going to retain the Facebook, Twitter, and Bitly options because I want people sharing this map to anyone that they wish. When I hit apply, you can see that those changes take effect up here in the corner. If we go back to settings, the next one is data, and this allows us to select a photo name, caption, and color fields. For now, I'm going to keep that as it's shown here, and I might change this later. I'm going to go to my extent tab, and we can edit the extent that's currently shown here. We can draw a new one. We can use the map tour extent that's shown here, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to click on that, and then hit apply so that that takes effect. So now that I've made some setting changes, I'm ready to add my locations for the web tour. So I simply click the add button, and I select a picture for the first location. The first location is Alden Villa, so I'm going to select that image. And notice that it will give you a thumbnail and a bigger image. You can put in information about this, so you're going to type in the name of the location, and then you can type in a caption for that. I'm going to quickly just copy and paste some text into here. And then I'm going to put the location in there. You can see that you can put in the latitude, longitude up in this area, and that's what I'm going to choose to do is put those in. So the first coordinate is 40.273611, and the second one is 76430. And hopefully that looks like about correct where it's located. I can change the color of the place mark should I wish to do that. I'm just going to keep it as is for now. And then I'm going to click Add Tour Point. And you can see that it adds it to the map. It adds our image plus our text that we put in there. And if you want to change any of this stuff at any time, remember you can click the pencil or just click these options here. So now that we have the first one, we now want to go to whatever our second one is going to be, and that's going to be Anvil Historic District. So I'm going to click the Add button. I'm going to navigate to my picture, and I'm going to select this one, put in the title, and then put in some text. Again, I'm going to type in the latitude, longitude coordinates, and these are and then I hit add tour point, and it adds that second tour point. And I'm just going to do one more, just so that you get the gist of how doing this. We'll add our third location, which is going to be the Beaver House. We put in the information for that. And then again, the text that we want to be in there. And then we go to our latitude, longitude. And for this particular example, I've been putting in the latitude, longitude. And that's probably not as common doing that as it is just typing in the address down here. So you can do it in either way. It just so happens that the website that I have shows us the latitude, longitude coordinates and not the address for these sites. So I'm going to hit save, so that saves it. And so just let's take a look at what's happening here. So it's putting a point for wherever our locations are. So if I click on number 1, it'll take me there. If I click on number 2, it will take me there. And number 3, it will take me there. And some of them can be really close together, like you see there. So it might, you know, you can actually zoom in a little bit more if you want to see the distinction of where they're located. The other thing that you can do is you can change the base map to whatever you think looks good with this particular data set. And you might play around a little bit. I do like the one that we have right now for this, but one that is sometimes nice is the National Geographic one. Tends to be very useful. I like the light gray canvas when I want my data to pop off of it and really my place marks take precedence over anything else. It's very easy on the eye. You also have the opposite of that with the dark gray canvas, which can be cool for certain applications, but I'm not really sure that this is one of them. The topographic and so forth. So you can pick your base map and decide which one that you want. Let's imagine that we added all our place marks and we're good to go. This is a beautiful map and we're ready to share it with everyone. We would make sure that we save, and then the next step would be to share. And it's telling us that our tour is not shared. Would you like to share it? You can share it publicly with everybody in the world. Anybody that has an internet connection would be able to see it, or just people within your ArcGIS Online for organization. I want to share it with everybody, so I'm going to hit share publicly. And now it's going to give you the URL that we would use to view it. And if we hit open, it will open it up in a new browser, and you would see the URL there. The only reason I'm seeing this switch to builder mode is because I'm logged into my organizational account. If I was logged out, I won't see this, and nobody will see this that's not logged into your specific organizational account, so don't worry about that being seen. But this is all there is to building a map tour. It's a great app to use to showcase various locations within a particular theme. In terms of what you could be doing with this in Lebanon County, anything from, you know, National Register historic sites, or maybe your township offices, anything that might be significant in terms of stormwater, maybe projects that you're working on throughout the county. The possibilities are virtually endless. It's just really up to your imagination on how you apply this. Again, this is just one app out of many, so I hope you take the time to explore the other apps because they're very cool. And there's a lot of great online documentation and tutorials to help guide you through using those other apps. So good luck in your map building.